Hello, this is Geometry, Topic 8-3, more on inscribed angles and angles formed by secants and tangents. So, here we've got example number 1. All of these are review. We're just going to go over them. We want to find the measure of angle A, B, C. Well, I know that there are 360 degrees in a circle, so I'm going to take 130 plus 120, which gives me 250. Do 360 minus 250 gives me 110. So that is 110 degrees. Well, because this is on the circle, it is 1/2 of 110, which is 55 degrees. Moving on to example number 2. Alright, so here we're given an inscribed triangle and we want to find the 3 different arcs. Well, this is 80. It's going to be half of whatever x is. So 1/2 x equals 80, which means that x must equal 160. Well, that's nice, but now I need to figure out what y and z are. Well, this is an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle means that these two angles are the same. So if I do 180 minus 80, that gives me 100 degrees for these two angles. Divided by 2 means that each of these is 50. So I took 80 times 2 to get x, so I'm going to take 50 times 2 to get y, and 50 times 2 to get z. And so there we have our 3 angles. Moving on to example number 3. Back in 8-1, we said that if we intercept a semicircle, this would be 90. I also know this because this is 180, and half of 180 would be 90. Well, I've got a triangle, so that means that 90 plus 2x plus 1 plus 2x minus 3 equals 180. Well, 90 plus 1 is 91, minus 3 gives us 88, plus 4x equals 180. Subtract the 88. 4x equals 92. Divide by 4, and x equals 23. And they wanted to know what x was. So that was example number 3. For example number 4, when you take a look, we know this is 105, we know this is 75. We need to figure out what measure of angle 1 is and what the measure of angle 2 is. Well, measure of angle 1 involves that arc. Measure of angle 2 involves the same arc. Because the arcs are congruent, my angles are congruent. So if I can find the measure of this arc, I can find the measure of both my angles. Still not helping us because I either need to know my angles or my arc, and I'm not there yet. Well, this arc is 105, and it's created with this chord, which is congruent to this chord, which means this arc is also 105. So this is the piece left over from 360. So 105, 105, and 75. Add those all together. It's 285. 360 minus 285 is 75. So that means this is 75 degrees. Divide that by 2, and I get that x equals 37.5. Which is the measure of angle 1 and angle 2. Let's go ahead and look at example number 5. I want to find out what x is. I need my two arcs. Well, I have this arc of 140. I also need the rest of the circle. So 360 minus 140 equals 220. So 220, sorry, I don't need that. This is on the circle, and because it's on the circle, it is half of this. So 140 divided by 2 equals 70. Looking at example number 6, if that's 80, then I know this is also 80 vertical angles. Now, we use that because my angle equals 1/2 of arc plus arc. If I'm remembering correctly from my notes that I took the other day, and I'm checking those, and yes. So 80 equals 1/2 of 110 plus x. I don't like multiplying by a half, so I'm going to multiply by 2. 160 equals 110 plus x. Subtract 110, and 50 equals x. And our last example, here we have an exterior angle. It's half of the two angles they give us subtracted. So 1/2 of 110 minus 45 equals our angle. Well, 110 minus 45 is 65. So x equals 1/2 of 65, which is 32.5. And there we go. One thing you'll want to do is you're going to want to refer to lesson 8-2 and the notes at the back of it. Alright, so you're really going to want to use the lesson 8-2 notes. To help you with this, because it's got a nice handy table at the back that's going to be helpful for you finding your answers. Good luck on your assignment. Have a good day.